it's Izzy here, and today I'm going to be showing y'all all the songs that I have been loving this summer. So if you would like to listen to any of these songs, my Spotify is always down below in the description box, but in the pinned comment I will be leaving a link for where you can find the exact playlist if you want to be jamming out to all the songs that I have. So if you're wondering how I place the songs on my playlist, it's if I'm ever just listening to a song and I'm like, ooh, I really like it, I add it to the seasonal playlist. And if you see the songs on my Instagram stories, I usually include those on this playlist if you want to listen to those. So starting out, we have one by my favorite modern current band, and that is Who Am I by the Struts from their most recent album Young and Dangerous. From the song I really get Rolling Stones, Rod Stewart vibes from, and it's just a really fun song, and I think it was perfect for the summer. Now during this time making this playlist, Game of Thrones did come to an end, sadly. So I did want to include some of my favorite instrumental songs which were featured on the show, and that is The Winds of Winter, and I cannot pronounce the guy who makes the music on Game of Thrones, but he is so talented, and for me, for a TV show or movie, the music means so much. It makes the scene just so emotional, you feel, you connect to it. I mean, I'm just someone in general who connects to music, so I feel like it's very important to have good music on a show. And so The Winds of Winter is just, that song makes me cry with the Valyrian in it and everything. So our next song is another one that makes me very emotional from Game of Thrones, and that is The Tower. And these were both in season 6. So I'm not going to say what happens in this scene because it is a major spoiler, but there's just this one transition from a flashback, I guess you would consider it, to the modern day, and it's just so well done, and I love the music, and when I saw it I cried, and I get chills from it every time. Going back to the Struts covered the song Ballroom Blitz for the movie something 17, The Edge of 17. So they covered that song for the movie, and I love it. It's just so much fun. That's something about the Struts. Their music is so much fun. So the next one is not a band that I listen to frequently, but I saw it mentioned in the comments. There's basically it's the new AC/DC, and that is Airborne, and the song is Breaking Out of Hell. And I always like to support new rock bands. By new I just mean from the 2000s basically, because we had to keep rock and roll alive. A lot of us say that we were born in the wrong generation, or why weren't we born back then, which yeah, sometimes I do say that, but we are here today to keep this music alive, music from 50 years ago, to bring it to the next generation and still keep it going. So never think you were born in the wrong generation. You weren't. You're here for a reason, and that's to keep the music you love alive. So our next one is a Skid Row song. In the summer I read Sebastian Bach's book. I did the audiobook, and Sebastian himself was the narrator, and it was just so much fun because Sebastian's just a cool, funny guy, and he has amazing hair. But Youth Gone Wild, really fun song again. That's just the vibes that I want in summers. I want something fun, and Youth Gone Wild is a perfect example of that. And Skid Row, Sebastian Bach in general, they're really fun. So our next song is a John Mellencamp song. He's one of my all-time favorite artists, and this song is Pink Houses. I think it's a very Americana song, and just with John Mellencamp in general, he's very Americana. He's from Indiana. Midwest I just associate with. I'm like, Americana, there's farms everywhere and all that. It's that heartland rock I love, and again, that's something in the summer you're road tripping a lot and going across America, going to different states. So I think having some of that Americana heartland rock is perfect for that. Next one is the song that I label as my song of the summer. I've listened to it so many times that I literally sing it every single day, and that is Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. The lyrics of this song are truly incredible. James Hetfield did a great job, and it's a romance song, but a love song, but I feel like you can put it in other ways. It can help you really with a lot of stuff, not just love. It's just a great song. I'm sorry, my eyes are really watery today. I don't know why. It's a great song. The lyrics are just so beautiful. And when you think Metallica, you don't really think love songs and beautiful lyrics. I mean, I don't think most people do, but if you do really go look at their lyrics, they're phenomenal. And I love that song. In the summer, Rocket Man, the movie about Elton John, the Elton John biopic, which I totally think they can make another one for an Elton John, because he's done so much. But I wanted to add my favorite Elton John song, and that is Tiny Dancer. So I love that song, and I just get really good vibes from it. And it was featured in my all-time favorite movie of Almost Famous. They're all just on the tour bus, and they're all singing it together, and one of the iconic scenes from that movie. I love it. So our next song is this one where I was out of the pool and I put on the daily mix from Spotify, and that's Lame by the Beaches. Just thought it sounded cool. So another band that I like associate with summer, but we're not gonna get to their really summer song till the end of the playlist, and that is Van Halen. Van Halen's another band where it's just fun and I get a lot of good vibes from it, especially with David Lee Roth. You get those summer vibes. And so I include my favorite Van Halen song, and that is Ain't Talking About Love. This is a great song. I don't really know what else to say. Like, it was on their debut album, and I've talked about this before about Van Halen's debut album. I'm like, how did they have so many great songs on their first album? I've done a whole thing on that before. I'll put an icon up there if you want to check out the video of my all-time favorite bands, or my current favorite bands. I don't know, it's always changing. So our next one, we had to go to my favorite musical artist, and that is Tom Petty. This is Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. But Refugee, I love that song. So if you've seen the Romanoffs on Amazon, it is the theme song for that show. That show's not necessarily what I wanted when I wanted a show on the Romanoffs, so I haven't really continued with it. It's not my real cup of tea, but I love the theme song. I just think that the song fits perfectly for the situation of like Anastasia and the Russian imperial family, of what they went through with the Bolsheviks and all that. I just think the song fits perfectly, and who would have thought? We are going to the Rolling Stones now, and that is Beast of Burden and the remastered version. That's the one on Spotify. Yeah, it's a good song. It's a song that you can really dance to. Like, you can dance to all Rolling Stone songs. If you don't dance to the Rolling Stones, what are you doing? You have to have those moves like Jagger. You have to when listening to the Stones. So our next one, we are going to my favorite Queen song, or one of my favorites, and that is 39. Now, if you didn't know, on the studio version, Brian May sings it, and if it's a Brian May song, because he wrote it, if it's a Brian May song, I instantly love it. Queen's actually here in the Carolinas this week. Sadly, the show is sold out and I won't be going, but I think they'll still be touring. But if it's a Brian May song, I love it, and yeah, I just love his lyrics and everything, and he has a very nice voice, and his guitar playing style is very iconic. We're going to another favorite song from one of my favorite bands, and that is Too Young to Fall in Love by Motley Crue. So this song I've just been seeing so much recently because I've been watching like VH1 Behind the Music of like metal bands, and in those they only have to hate on the glam scene. Nothing wrong with them being against it, it's whatever. They only have to show Motley Crue, and I was watching the Megadeth one the other night, and it played Too Young to Fall in Love, so I had to pause the Megadeth documentary and go to that music video, Too Young to Fall in Love, because I love that song. It's just a great song. So going to my favorite, or one of my favorites with Guns N' Roses. It's so hard to say what my favorite song is because there's so many, but this one is Rocket Queen from Appetite for Destruction. This song, once we get to the second half of the song, I think the lyrics of someone always being there for you, or you always being there for someone, I just think those are great lyrics. Axl Rose, I think, is one of the greatest songwriters, lyric writers of all time. He is a genius. He is a musical genius, and I love Axl Rose. I know he has a lot of crazy antics around him and crazy stories, but he is great at what he does, and as I said, he is a musical genius. Going to the last song on the playlist is the song that I will forever associate with summer, and that is Dance the Night Away by Van Halen. So, this song, Van Halen, what I think when I hear this song is I picture a Southern California party in the 70s. This song may have come out in the 80s, I'm not sure, but I picture the 70s, and just with hammocks tied to the palm trees, just out by the pool, and this song playing in the background. It has such summer vibes, and I love it. Now, the band actually hates doing this song live. They just don't like the song. And there are, like, if you watch a lot of videos of bands, there are songs that bands wrote, but they hate doing live, but they have to do it for the fans, because, again, this is one of my favorite Van Halen songs, so they want to do it for people like me, I guess. But yeah, it is a great song, great summer vibes, and I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, comment, rate, and subscribe, and tell me down below in the comments which songs you have loved this summer. Bye guys!